All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a skill that's, well, it's becoming absolutely essential in the business world. It's called prompt engineering, and it's what turns generative AI from a kind of cool toy into a powerhouse for productivity. Let's get into it.
You've been there, right? We all have. You have this incredible, powerful AI at your fingertips, you ask it to do something for your business, and the result is just meh. It's generic, it's not helpful, sometimes it's flat out wrong. There's this huge gap between the hype of AI and the reality of getting it to do what you actually need. So what's the missing piece?
This slide right here, this nails the problem perfectly. On the left, you've got a vague request. Write a marketing email. What you get back is a generic, pretty much useless template. But now, look to the right. This specific prompt gives it a goal, a friendly tone, real context like a customer's name, and even constraints. See? It's not just a question, it's a full-on set of instructions.
To really master that difference, you have to make a little mental shift. You've got to go from being a passive user of AI to becoming its director, guiding it, instructing it, and leading it to the exact outcome you're looking for. And that skill is called prompt engineering. Here's the official definition: the process of crafting inputs to guide AI models toward generating relevant, accurate, and valuable outputs. You can think of it less like you're asking a simple question and more like you're designing a very specific command.
And you know what the best part is? This isn't some super complex skill that's only for developers. You don't need to know how to code at all. At its heart, prompt engineering is really just about effective communication. It's about learning to speak the AI's language to get exactly what you want.
This quote from our source material really gets to the core of it. The better the prompt, the more accurate and relevant the output. It's so simple, right? The quality of what you put in directly, and I mean directly, determines the quality of what you get out. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we craft these better prompts? Let's break down the core principles for how to talk to AI in a way that actually works. It really boils down to a pretty clear 4-step process. First, you have to define what success looks like. That's your goal. Second, give the AI all the background info it needs. That's context. Third, leave absolutely no room for guessing. You have to be super specific. And finally, and this is so important, you test and refine. Your first prompt is almost never your best one. You got to treat it like a conversation where you clarify and adjust your request until you get it just right. Let's just zoom in on step 2 for a second, providing context. Honestly, this is where the magic happens. You need to specify the business scenario. Is this for a brand new sales lead or a longtime customer needing help? You have to control the tone so it matches your brand's voice. Use dynamic variables. Those are basically just placeholders for things like a customer's name to pull in live data and make the output personal. And finally, set some rules, like asking for a summary in exactly 3 bullet points.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but let's ground it in a real-world business example. We'll take a look at how a major platform like Salesforce is building these exact principles directly into its tools.
You see, the key to using this skill across a whole company isn't just writing good one-off prompts. It's creating templates. Tools like Salesforce's Prompt Builder lets you design, test, and, most importantly, reuse your best prompts. This means everyone on your team can instantly use the most effective, on-brand instructions without having to start from scratch every single time.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. A sales email template can automatically pull in a lead's industry and company name to create a super personalized message. A record summary template, that can take pages and pages of complex meeting notes and boil them down to a few key bullet points, saving the next person a ton of time. Field generation helps keep your data clean and consistent, and Flex templates become your go-to for pretty much everything else, from social media posts to internal reports.
So what are the stakes here? Getting this right has a huge payoff for any business. But let's be real, it's not without its challenges. We got to look at both sides. First, the payoff. And trust me, it is enormous. Mastering prompt engineering means you get AI outputs that are way more accurate and relevant to what you're doing. This leads right into a huge boost in productivity, better decisions because they're based on better data, much improved customer engagement, and yet, ultimately, significant cost savings. It's a no-brainer. But it's really important to be realistic. Finding the perfect prompt can be a time-consuming process of trial and error, and keeping that quality high as you scale up is a real challenge. There's also a risk that you could amplify existing biases or flawed ideas. If your prompt is based on a bad assumption, the AI will just build on that flaw. And you absolutely have to manage what your users expect and give them training.
You can't just flip a switch and expect everyone to be an expert overnight.
Which brings us to our final thought. The technology is here. The AI is ready and waiting to do powerful, specific, valuable work for your business. So the only question left is this: are you ready to stop being just a user and start being the one who leads it?